All right, for transposition, I want to go over a few new concepts for you. And transposition is where you move a song from one key to another. So it's relatively easy to transpose it just by shifting things up or down a fret. As we did with scales, you've found that if you play a major pentatonic here at the 5th fret, you can literally just shift it back a fret and it just forms off of that new quality. When you're playing certain chord progressions, it works the same way. You can easily find what the new chords are just by shifting up or down. So, for instance, let's say you have a song that you wrote and you want to have this female singer come in and sing it. She's got a great voice, but it's in a different range than yours, so you have to move the whole song higher. Let's take a chord progression that you could do that with. Let's start out with this one that just goes between G, D, and C. Here we go. I'm going to play it for you first. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so if we want to transpose that to a new key, we just start with the lowest note of each chord. Those are the bass notes. And we can transpose this just by moving those up to find the next pitch that we're going to use. So, for instance, let's say we want to transpose this to D. All we're going to do is figure out how far away we need to go to get to D, and that is a perfect fifth or 7 half steps. Okay, so from G to get up to D, you're going to, of course, you can figure out that is D. The next chord that we have that we're using is the D chord. You can easily figure that out on the D string. You just go 7 half steps higher and you get to this note. That's A. When we are dealing with the C chord, that has 7 half steps higher than that is G. So we have the D chord, the G chord, and the G chord, the A chord, and the G chord. Let's try that progression now, just using open chords, but with those new qualities. So it's going to go D, A, D, G, D. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another method for transposing a song is using the chord analysis method. And this is the one that I use most commonly. So let's check out this song. So it happens to go in the key of D. It goes between the D, the G, and the A chord. Let's just check out this chord progression real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so since we're in the key of D, and we know that, let's analyze the rest of the chords. So we have the D chord, and that's obviously our 1 chord. And the next chord is G. So what is that within the key? Well, since we are in D, you have D for the 1, E, then F sharp, and then G. So the G is a 4 chord. Then it goes back to D, and then it goes to an A. Well, what is A in the key of D? D, E, F sharp, G, A. That's the 5 chord. Since those are the only 3 chords, it's relatively easy. You have the 1 chord for a bar, and then 4 to 1, then to 5, and then 4 to 1. So let's take this same approach and apply it to a new key. Let's go to the key of G now. What's the 1, 4, and 5 chords in the key of G? So G, A, B, C, that's our 4. G, A, B, C, D is our 5. All right, so now all we have to do is just play this in the same harmonic rhythm. So it's going to go G, C, G, D, C, G. All right, let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4.